Hey, what's going on guys? Mark back in the workshop on Mark's Aquatics. Right, this little video is sponsored by Olight, and I'm going to be giving away one of their torches halfway through this video, so stay tuned for that, okay? Right, what we're going to do now, we're going to go back and we're going to look at all these little goldfish that have hatched in the pot over the last few days. I've been bringing them on. We're going to go through all that stuff of how to bring them on, what to feed them, all that good stuff. So I'll spin you around and we'll get into the bowl and we'll have a look at all these little lovely goldfish, okay? Right, okay guys, what I've done is I've got them in this bowl now. We saw them when I had them on this. All the eggs were on that big spawning mop that I made on the last video. I'm going to link these two videos together guys, okay, so you can pop back and you can see the first part as well. I'll stick a link in the description for that when I put this video up. But I've got them in this big bowl. This is the bowl that we put that big spawning mop into, and when they all hatch. Now I've taken a lot of the duckweed out now because obviously you guys want to see it, and it did go crazy over the top, so I've taken it out for the filming purpose. But if you look all around here, you can see all the little baby goldfish. We'll get a close-up in a minute of all these guys, but I just wanted to go through what I've done here, okay, to keep this all nice and fresh, and so all the little babies are going to be safe, and we're not going to have any nitrate build-up or ammonia build-up as time progresses. Right, so all these pipes that you can see here, ignore all that because that's just a little pipe which is holding this pipe in place. Now this pipe, I'll lift it up, you can see that is fresh water getting pumped into there. Now I'm just topping up my koi pond at the moment, but what I've done is I'll back that right off from that little valve down there, and I'll just have that going over the top like this. Actually, I'll just show you now so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Right, there you go. Now you know exactly what I'm talking about. I do this, you see. I get all excited about making videos and I don't show you exactly what I mean to show you, but I'm going to do it, and there it is. Right, so that little drip there now is fresh water going into the vat where all the little fish are. Now I've got a heater down below there which is set at 21 degrees. I've got two sponge filters going over here. Now they weren't cycled filters, but I put them in from the start, and they're slowly going to be building up the bacteria as we go along, because these fish are super small and they're not going to put any massive load on that system, okay, at all. And that will very slowly, the bacteria will build up in those over time, and with that constant drip going in, it's constantly being replenished. That water is being replenished on a regular basis. And what I've done there, if you watch, I've got a micro filter there. You can get them on eBay. I'll have a look, or I'll get them on Amazon as well. I'll put a link in the description, and so you guys, if you want to. And basically all I've done is I've just drilled a hole the same diameter as the back of that pipe, which obviously steps from the filter there down a stage where the other pipe fits into it. It's just a normal, very fine filter that goes on the inlet on your canister filter. And I put it just on the surface there, so obviously now as that drips in, that water's slowly raising up, exiting through there. I've got that whole vat on a tilt, so it's running down the back and into my koi pond, okay? So it's cycling through all the time, and that water's being replenished, fresh water, those filters going, so everything is being kept pristine, okay? So these little goldfish have got a good start. Now there is quite a few in there. I would say probably maybe, well, I'd hazard a guess at maybe a few hundred in there. They're all over the place, as you'll get to see them shortly. I'll have to take them out because they are very small. I'll get some out in a small glass or something, and we can get some close-up footage of these little guys for you, so you can see them a little bit more close up. But basically now they're hatched, the first thing that I was feeding them on, okay, was freshly hatched brine shrimps. And 2 days before these guys hatched, what I've done is I put them into my little reactor. You can use it, a Coke bottle upside down. There's loads of videos on YouTube that'll show you how to make a brine shrimp reactor. Very simple. And hatch them out, or get them going 2 days before. So by the time these guys have hatched, their little yolk sacs have been used up. They're going to be ready to go and ready to eat and take their first foods, which I like to be brine shrimps, because they'll actively hunt them. And with them being freshly hatched, they've got all the fats. Their little yolk sacs are still on them, so that's got all that. That's the best time to feed them, is when they're freshly hatched, before they use all that up. Then the little fish will be taking those, the little goldfish will be eating those away, happily munching away on those and putting on a little bit of size and getting used to being fed those. And while you're doing that, you can also then start adding powdered foods as well. When you add them, add a bit of powdered food as well, so they get used to taking both at the same time, and then you can slowly then wean them off of the brine shrimps and keep them on the powder food, which they take readily, very quickly as well. It's only a matter of a couple of days and these little guys will be starting to take the food off the surface, which I'll show you shortly as well, okay? But I'll just spin you around now and I'll show you what I've been using to bring these guys on. All right, this is what I've been using. Okay, now one great thing to have in your armory when you're breeding any fish is the old brine shrimp sieve. Okay, it's a very, very fine micro mesh sieve. I've had this one for a long time now, and very, very handy. I'll stick a link in the description for one of these which you can pick up there, very, very cheap. Also, when I'm adding the brine shrimp, I've been adding the reef pulse, okay, which is a very, very similar colour to brine shrimps. Very pinky colour. I'll just show you that. There you go. Very, very fine micron food as well. Just sprinkle a bit. We'll do that in a bit. But that's what I've got them on at the moment. And then also I've been using this bug bite stuff as well. They kindly sent me this bug bite stuff. Good old Fluval. They're good as gold. Always looked after the channel. And the bug bites, the colour enhancing flakes, which are a nice pinky colour. My koi love them. I've been feeding them that as well. I'll show you them, how they love that stuff. And also the spirulina flakes as well. Now you can put that into a pestle and mortar as well, and you just give it a good old grind up, and then you can put that in a pot and you can feed them that as well. Basically, goldfish will take any food, not just this, but any food, any flake food, any pellet foods that you've got, just grind it up as fine as you can, or put it in a blender of some kind, or one of them juicer things if you've got a spare pot, or get a spare pot for yours off eBay and use it just for your fish food. That's what I do, and whiz stuff up really fine, and then just feed your fry with it. As long as it's fine, it's very fine, and they can fit it in their mouths. These type of fish, koi, a lot of the tropical fish as well, cichlids, all that kind of stuff will take that kind of powdered food, okay, straight away. And a lot of the cichlid mums will actually take the bits into their mouths, if you didn't know, and do exactly the same as what you do, and that's grind it up and then spit it back out for the babies to eat, okay? And also, I like to keep my nice big magnifying glass handy so I can look into those little tanks, look into the top of the vat, just to make sure that those fish are eating this. That's one of the tricks I've always done. I mean, people put food in and they think, oh yeah, they're eating it, but as long as unless you see them eating it, you know, make sure, get a magnifying glass or use your phone, zoom up on it and make sure you see those little guys munching away on that food, whatever you've been putting in there. And you'll also see the bellies of the little fish as well. If they've been eating brine shrimps, they'll have nice little pink bellies, and with this stuff as well, they'll have pink bellies as well, or whatever colour you put in there, you'll see it basically in their stomachs, because they're quite translucent at such an early age. Right, okay guys, let's get into this little light. Now this is going to be one of yours, and like I say, they kindly send me these torches to do little reviews on. Now I use these all the time for my tanks and things. They're fantastic in your fish room or anywhere really. Chuck it in your car. Fantastic lights, fantastic build quality, and like I say, really like this. I'll put the spec up here, okay, so you can pause it on there, have a little zoom in on there, all the different lumens, different turbo powers, the times that it will run for on certain levels. It's all on there for you guys to have a little digest through and have a look. Like I say, I'm going to give this one away. Let's have a look. Let's have a little look. Let's get it out of the box and have a quick little look. Love all their packaging stuff. Really good. There you go. There's the lamp itself. Nice little blue anodized belt clip on there. Button on the back. Short depressed down. Sorry about the state of my nails, but I've got a new truck, guys. Got myself a Land Rover Discovery 3. And we're going to be back down the beach very shortly, so I've just been doing all the engine oil changes and all that stuff on it, so I apologise for the state of my hands. But look at that, it's the Warrior Mini. There you go. Great little lamp, and it is super bright as well, really bright. Half press down, you get the low beam. Full press in, you get the full lumens, and they really do light the place up at night for such a small torch. They are fantastic, they really are. So that is what comes with that. What else do we get underneath there? Right, we get something in this bag. I don't know what it is, but I'll leave it in there because I don't know what that is. It's a ring of some description, but it's for one of you guys, so I'll let you see what that is. I'm not sure what that is. What does it say on there? Not for climbing. So it's a loop maybe for your belt or something like that to click it to, or maybe it's for something to that, for that to actually fit through. I don't know. But there you go. There's something that you can have a look at when you get it yourself. We got the charger, which is one of these amazing chargers, USB on there. Just pull that off, plug it into your PC or into a solar charger or something like that, and they just click straight on the end there. So you come in at night, click straight on there, and you're charging straight away. And that little bit there will show red when it's charging, green when it's finished charging. And we've got a nice little lanyard as well. Look at that. That's quite a nice little rubberized lanyard to go on it, to click to your bag. And obviously all the instructions with the torch as well. And a nice little message from Olight, from the Olight team, on the inside of the box. So that is pretty good. So I'm going to give this away to one of you guys, like I said, and what I'll do is I'll do what I normally do. I'll give it a week. So next week, on next week's draw, I'll do the draw. Then I'll do what I normally do is with the random picker, okay, on YouTube's random picker, and I'll just pick out one of the comments. So basically just leave a comment on there, and yeah, just put whatever you want. I'd like to win, or completely whatever you want, or get Mark more subscribers, anything like that really will do. But I don't know, but it's a stunning little bit of kit. It's worth around 50 quid, so it's a nice little giveaway for one of you guys. Okay, right, let's get back to the little goldfish. We'll have a close-up view of those guys. Okay, well, I'll tell you another thing as well, because these are magnetic as well. These are fantastic if you're doing anything on your car, because you can basically just stick that straight into the bonnet of your car, underneath, boom, and it will stick to it, and you can turn it on and light your whole engine bay up, or anywhere where there's metal, and you can just stick it to it, whether it be on your fridge or something like that. You can stick it to it and light something up when you're doing work underneath your sink or whatever. Anyway, thank you Olight for sponsoring this video for this torch. I'm sure you'll make someone very happy when they win that. So let's get back to these little goldfish. I'll pack this thing away nice and safe, and let's go and check out these little goldfish. Alright guys? Right, okay guys, there is a close-up of some little baby goldfish, and also a little Daphnia hopping around as well. You probably see some smaller ones of those in there. Now you can see how small these goldfish babies are by the size of that Daphnia that just drifted past. And basically, obviously they can't eat those, but the babies that they produce, these little guys will predate on and feed on. So as you can see, super healthy little guys, all happy. They got little tiny tails going and big eyes at the moment. I'm gonna have to slowly follow them around because there's a few more Daphnia over this side. We'll just come up that way. There we go. Keep a few more in frame so you can see them. And my tripod is now trying to go the other way. Right, there you go. Let's see if we can get in a bit closer. Hopefully that's clear enough on the screen and you can see it. But look at that, fantastic stuff. Little tiny baby goldfish. Could be a few koi amongst them as well. We don't know. They're all breeding and going crazy, and they can interbreed as well. So it'll be interesting to see what makes on types come out of these little fry. And like I said guys, there is a lot of them in there, and they're going to be growing up shortly. I'm going to give loads of these guys away, so when they're a bit older, if you've got a pond and you're in South Wales and you fancy a trip at any time, when they're big enough, I'll gladly give them all away. But it's just to show you guys how you can breed them in your pond, which is really interesting stuff to do. Great fun with the kids as well, because you can get a little aquarium in the house and you can bring some on out of the pond. You can wait till they hatch, you can let the spawning mop, leave it in your pond or hide it out the way, put it in a net inside the pond so the big fish can't get to the eggs, and then you'll see them in the net. In the mornings when they hatch, you can take a few out and bring them on in the house and show the kids how to do it. Or if you're an adult, the same, you know, bring them in and bring some on for your pond for next year. You can keep them in the house all through the year, keep that temperature up, and they'll grow nice and quick for you in the house under those temperatures. So there you go, there's the babies. Right, I better very, very carefully now get these little guys back into their little vat, and then we can throw some food in and give them a little feed. Okay, back at the pond again. Just going to whack some of this in there now, and literally the tiniest of pinches. You'll see how much I put in. You see how that goes on the surface? You probably won't see them feed. You might see a couple come up, but it's literally just a little sprinkling of powder like that, and to them that is a lot of food. Okay, so I do that 2 or 3 times a day. Don't overfeed, but that will slowly spread across the surface, and when it goes around it'll pick up and get churned into the water by the filters there, and they'll start feeding on it. Okay, magic stuff. I'll just pan you around to the koi and I'll chuck in some of those bug bites, colour enhancing flakes for the big fellas, which are eagerly waiting, I must add. Over here, they're absolutely beautiful colours at the moment. Really, really coming on beautiful. I've just turned the main waterfall off at the moment, but the main circulation pump is still going. As you can see, I've dropped the level down quite a way, so it's churning up the water on the surface and oxygenating it, because we've had a little bit of a thunderstorm and that can really take the oxygen out of the water. So make sure you've got an air stone in if it gets a little bit moody outside. And I'll just chuck some of this in now, and they go absolutely bananas for it. Look at that. It's a beautiful thing to have a pond, it really is, because you've got all those memories of building it in the first place and how it's come on and how it progresses over time, and it's absolutely amazing. Beautiful to watch the fish grow from babies. Some of these fish I've had since they were tiny, some I were given, but it's lovely to watch it evolve as time goes on and see everything grow and establish itself. Anyway guys, I'm going to leave it on that little video there. We're running around 17 minutes now, so I'm going to nip out now and obviously get this edited for you to watch today. Happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. My girls are ruining me. I've already got a breakfast on the go, I can smell it, and the wife just bought me out a lovely coffee. So I'm going to have a nice day with the family. Hope you do too, and as always, you're all stars. I love you loads. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next episode of Mark's Aquatics. Bye for now.